What was your life like when you were a teenager?
We didn't have cell phones. You had a landline phone that was attached to the wall, and that's where it stayed. There was no cable. There was no internet. There's no computers. The games you got to play usually were some board games, tic-tac-toe, checkers, and chess. That was the extent of that. Spent a lot of time outside, using your mind more creatively versus zoned in on a TV.
How do you think technology has changed the way kids nowadays are from kids when you were younger?
They're lazy. they don't they don't get out and do anything. They don't exercise their minds or their creativity. But what they can do, it's everything is basically done for them. As far as doing anything for themselves, repairing, building, that is gone. It's kind of a shame.
Right. How was school like when you went to school?
Well, we had in high school, we had 5 periods. We had a study hall. Everybody ate the same thing. There was no a la cartes or anything like that. So if they were serving sloppy joes, everybody had sloppy joes or whatnot. They used real butter. Oh, the satellite lunches, that was a real treat.
Can you explain satellite lunches, please?
Yeah, they were nasty. They came in a foil package. It was horrible. The pizzas haven't changed hardly any since when I was in school. No flavor, so they haven't changed. You respected your teachers. Back then, there was corporal punishment. There was no turning a blind eye. You screwed up, man. You knew it real quick. I was in track. Never went out for football or basketball, but I could run like lightning.
So what was family life when you were younger? What was the family structure in your home? What kind of house did you live in? Did you live in the city or the country?
I lived in the country. A pretty good sized house. A lot of land to rake and plant gardens and rake leaves, and lived in the woods. So that kept me real busy after school on the weekends. My parents were divorced when I was 7, which was, I guess, not a very common thing back then. Other than that, the family took care of family. You took care of your neighbors and whatnot. You didn't have to lock your doors. You could leave the keys in the car and leave your car sitting outside. You rarely ever had to lock the front or back door. It was kind of unheard of.
Technology has changed a lot, and as you said, you didn't really have, phones or more than one TV in the house. What kind of cars did you have back then? What kind of car did you have when you were a teenager?
I had an old boat. It was Chevy Caprice. Thing was a tank. You got about 8 miles in a gallon, but then again, gas was like 50, 60 cents a gallon. It was like that for years. So $10 would fill your tank.
When you were growing up, what kind of career plan did you have? What interested you? What kind of field of work did you want to go into?
That was really never a thought. My grandparents wanted me to be an astronaut. Actually, never thought of it. To be honest with you, never really thought of it. Thought you'd get a job and go to work, and that's about it.
What kind of leisure activities did you have when you were growing up?
Well, when you weren't working at your house, there really wasn't much that I was into, but people would go to the roller dome. There really wasn't a whole lot to do.
What did you enjoy doing when you were a kid?
Working outside with my dad, splitting wood.
Who was a famous artist that was around when you were growing up? Who did you listen to when you could?
Bob Seger. A lot of the, newer rock bands and whatnot. Aerosmith, Styx, Journey. I liked all types of music, so it really didn't matter.
I'll send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. bar.